I don't know where this came from. But I do know where this came from. Great transition. Was not planned at all. I was like, you know, I'll just sit here and there'll be an intro or something. This is the Fanganronpa Hungry Games. So, there's a little bit of backstory behind this episode. It's been a minute since we've done a Fangan episode of the Hunger Games. And there's a lot of these that some of these that I've not heard of. But I'm gonna do my due diligence and we'll talk a little bit. We will talk a little bit, because we used to do Fangan, episodes all the time. It's been a minute since we've played a Fangan on the channel, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna try and get back into it. I've been saying that I want to get back into it, and I really do, but, you know, life gets busy. Yeah, I've been doing well at work, and sometimes that means you have a little bit less time, but you make a little bit more money. So, you know, I can't really complain all that much. It's one of those, I feel like, instances where I'm like, man, if I could do this all the time, I would quit my job, but I don't think that I would, because I like my job a lot. So I'm in a good place. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say right now. That being said, I gotta carve out some time for some Fangans, because there's some good ones out there. There's ones that I'm like, at some point I'll have a little bit of time to and this could have been the year that I had the time to do it, and then 100 Line came out, and then Deltarune 2 chapters came out, and then No Sleep for Kaname Date came out, and I'm not done with any of those games, so maybe I think I can commit to maybe like and clearly there's a Fangan episode. We'll get through all the Fangans in just a second. We'll get to it. I think most notably, I'm excited. I'm excited to step back into this universe. There are some ones on here that I'm like, we're gonna get to them. There's some, we'll talk about it. But more importantly, let's talk about XSP. Give him a W because he set this episode up. If you want to see an episode set up, and you have an idea, set the episode up. I'll run it. Absolutely, that's always been a thing. That's always been an option, you guys. It's been 18 seasons, it's always been an option. Well, 17 and going into 18. And I thought to myself, instead of going through this, XSP has put together a document. And it's got some, you know, XSP, I guess, commentary. So let's go through that. I feel like that's the better option here. That's the better route. So let's do it. We're going through it this way. Usually we would go sit through and we would just scroll down and check that out via the actual Hunger Games page. No, we're doing it this way. Let's see what XSP has here, and I'll give my commentary too. You know, it'll be like a little back and forth. First off, we're starting with Danganronpa Another in the games category by Linuj, rather. It is one of the first ever Fangans. It's one of the first ever and one that I have not played. We played a little bit of Danganronpa Another one that I need to get back to, Another 2 rather. The English dub, I know they're at it. You know her, you love her. Wait, I do know her. I do see, look, I know a couple of characters from this game. It's Satsuki, we love Satsuki. The Ultimate Clown, one of the, yes, very silly. Big fan of Satsuki. That being said, and I'm only now realizing I only chose the blue hair pronouns characters, which is hilarious for our channel. Anyway, here is Tsurugi Kinjo, the ultimate police officer. We got a clown and police officer to start. Two very different things. And then we have everything yonder, these parts. We got links, and all these links, I don't know if, I probably will link everything in the description and also link the document. Or maybe a copy of the document, so it'll be completely separate from like XSP's account, even though none of that is on here. Regardless, let's continue, and it is Super Danganronpa Another 2. This one, I know the gang. No need for introductions here. It is Kokoro, the ultimate psychologist, and Shinji, the ultimate firefighter. Ladies and gentlemen, I have history with these two from the English dub. They are my Team Extreme. So look, I'm gonna get back to that game. I promise you, I assure you. And some days I think about it, and some days I'll like say to myself, yeah, Team Extreme, and I know that's exactly how the episode's gonna start. Oh man, one of these days I'm gonna get back to that. Woo, Team Extreme. As that's the same commentary I got. You know, I'm feeling the team extreme. I love them. And I love Super Danganronpa Another 2. I think it's got a good setup, at least from what I've played so far. Full game is translated. The dub is up to chapter 2. We need to get back to the dub, not for nothing. But I'm excited. All the links, once again, right here, and they will be in the Discord. We got Danganronpa Blowback by Team Monolab. I'm gonna put the Slinky down before you hear Slinky sounds the entire... If you like Slinky sounds, that's for you. It's done for the rest of the episode. Probably. One of the first Fangans, also one of the first Fangans to get canceled. Rest in peace, but very recognizable characters. Still pretty important. In fact, Linuj probably wouldn't have swapped to RPG Maker if it didn't exist, which is noted. Look at that. My boy's doing his research. Anywho, the Togami of the game is Shozo, the ultimate speed cuber. Ultimate cubing, is that like a Rubik's Cube? I used to, if that's the case, I used a speed cube a little bit in my day too. Back in my day, I can still solve Rubik's Cube. It might take me a second to get back into it. But I think I was sub 1 minute. I was sub 1 minute. Anywho, and then there's Yukari Kiyomi, the ultimate love counselor. We need some love counselors out here. Good luck to you, girlo. Once again, links right there. Project Eden's Garden. Okay, so look. This is another one that's on my radar that I'm like, alright, well, I gotta I gotta get to this one. I really gotta get to this one. But I do recognize some of these characters. I've peeked at this game a little bit, but I've been trying to stay as blind as possible because I still do want to play it. But Cassidy Amber, the ultimate pro gamer, woo, yeah, I do know her. You guys submitted and voted for her to be in the AWE. During Ticket to Paradise season. She did show up, had a pretty decent showing, but I do believe ate a pin in that. But a lot of fun. We also have Ulysses Wilhelm, the ultimate historian. I promised to stop, but it's so satisfying. He just looks like the nerd emoji to me. Okay, now I wouldn't call this man's the nerd emoji. Hold on a minute. He's writing down. He's jotting, he's historicizing, he's taking first-hand accounts for history. Project Eden's Garden, very popular right now. It's once again one of those things I'm excited to get into. But we will keep going. KillCure, Beautiful Vice. Can you believe the prologue, rather, actually released after all these years, did it? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I did not know that. I didn't know that. Oh man, I gotta hop into this too. Jeez Louise. Cause I recognize KillCure, but I was like, okay, well it exists and it looks pretty interesting. But there's a teacher starring with Maru. The former ultimate activist, a little megaphone, that's kinda dope. Love the hat. Y'all know how we feel about hats in this. And we have the ultimate tailor, Oniji. Looking swanky, but I would expect that for a tailor, you know what I'm saying? Looking pretty swanky indeed. These two, once again from KillCure, go and check it out. Once again, all the downloads, all the links will be in the description. We have the Uzujigoku Massacre. We're not cutting anything. If I flub, I flub. This Fangan seems a lot more horror-focused than most. Interesting, it seems really interesting, rather. Though I haven't played its demo yet, which is a small part of the prologue, I think. We might have to check. Maybe that would be like a fun October thing. Look, I kind of want to bring... Because I don't think I could commit to, like, really, like, going all at Fangans. We're doing Fangans every week, but I think I definitely could commit to doing Fangans like once a month. And I'm thinking like Fangan Friday, and I'm thinking like the first Friday of the month maybe. It might be like, oh my gosh, it's first Friday, y'all know what that means, it's Fangan Friday. It is the first Friday of the month when this releases, isn't it? Yeah, because my birthday's on the 3rd, so this Friday is the 1st. Goodness gracious. Awesome. Cool. I'd love to play this one. Maybe we'll do this October, first Friday. And you know what? We'll get to something a little bit later. I could just release something on the 1st of... I guess the 1st of September is also on a Monday. No, that's not on a Friday. That's not how calendars work. The first Friday I might release something, you know what I'm saying. Anywho, Roller Skater Girl. She's just a skater girl. I said see you later, girl. is from the demo, Hideayo Miyazaki, the ultimate rental friend. Huh? What? So we can rent a friend? Each of the characters has been assigned Arcana. That's kind of neat. So it's a little, like I was gonna say, reminds me of Persona 2. So that's Sun. Do we have the Arcana for this one? We have Tadaharu, the ultimate postboy. Postboy. We love our male people. Arcana's Tower, yes. He likes cigarettes and dislikes the elderly. Wow, he's small but filled with rage. Ain't those the best characters, short and angry? We love our short and angry folks. I'm gonna have to check that one out, for real, for real. Anywho. Once again, I'm gonna get back into this. This is the start. This is the start of something new. It's gonna feel so right to have Fangon Fridays with you. We have Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown, and it is by, is that Rippilie? I think that's an ILI. It is an ILI. And this is a reimagining of the original Antebellum. Focuses on the 12 ultimates who each have committed crimes before, kind of like Rejected Zero, yeah. And slowly getting their crimes revealed not only to the other prisoners, but also the audience. After which the audience gets to vote on which person is worthy of redemption, if the person rather is worthy of redemption or corrupt. People doing the voting. Us, the audience, which is kind of neat. From the original Antebellum, it is Alora, the ultimate biochemist, which is kind of cool. Biochemistry. And a new addition, Ezekiel, the ultimate stunt performer. He prefers to be called Zeke, though. Hey, that reminds me of what, like Zeke and Luther? That skateboarding show from Disney XD, I think. I don't know why that woke something up and deep in my brain, the recesses of my brain, but hey, good on you, Zeke. We have Danganronpa Mauve from Team Mauve, similar to Danganronpa Another and Blowback. From the prologue alone, I can see it's doing some interesting things, so I'm excited for the future. We have the guy I describe as a fusion of Gaku and Shoma. If you don't know 100 Line, then you won't get this, but I know me some 100 Line, and boy is that, that's an interesting personality, man. Rion, the ultimate fretter. He is fretter, and still has a better hat than, yeah, let me tell y'all, look, if you played some 100 Line, great game. I wholly encourage you to play 100 Line. We have a playthrough currently ongoing on the channel. We're gonna try and get all 100 endings. I think we're 10 in at this point. That being said, I highly encourage you play it for yourself. Just like I encourage you to play these Fangons for yourself before I get to them. His hat is way better than Gaku's. I have personal beef with Gaku's hat. It made me hate him since day one. And then I liked him again. Now I'm still so about him, but you know it is what it is. Still hate his hat though. This guy's hat, much better. I'm sure I'll like him much better. That being said, the girl who's reminiscent of Sayaka, I've come a long way. We don't hate Sayaka. We don't like her, but we do respect her. A girl who's reminiscent of Sayaka and whose name is a combination of a certain clown girl and Bucket Child's name, Satsuki Kana. Oh yeah, little Satsuki the clown up there, and Kana, old Buckethead from Your Turn to Die. We love that. The ultimate badminton player, bang bang. I love the design on this one. I feel like a lot of characters have like long hair. I really like the short hair. I like the short hair characters a lot. Once again, this is Danganronpa Mauve. I have not heard of this one. I think most of the ones that we've gone through so far, I've heard of Antebellum, not Antebellum Lockdown. I've not heard of this Massacre one. Uzujigoku Massacre. I've not heard of that one. KillCure, I've heard of. I did not know it released, which is kind of wild. And I've heard of everything else above this point. Still, we got a ways to go. It's gonna be a long intro, by the way. It's gonna be a long intro. Oh man, Danganronpa Lapse, by Mythridate. It's lapsing away. Go finish Lapse. Okay, look. Before I got extremely busy and before a whole bunch of other games came out, I was gonna just play Danganronpa Lapse Chapter 3. But I don't remember what exactly it's called. It's the, I don't know, it's some kind of edition, like the Ultimate Edition or the Complete Edition or something. But it's got some cleanup on the first 2 chapters. So I didn't want to like have just the original first 2 chapters on the channel and then just skip to the 3rd. I wanted to give this Fangan its due and go through all 3 chapters again. Just because I really did like this one a lot. And then going back and doing chapter 1 and a little bit of chapter 2. I need to finish chapter 2 and get to chapter 3. That's where I am with this one. That's why I was like, I could just release a little something at the start of September. That still might be the plan. I think Fangan Fridays might actually be the plan. Maybe I'll have you guys vote on which one we do for the next month or so. I think that might be fun. That might be a little community engagement, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Anywho. I know these 2. Yeah, I need no introduction. I love this one. Forte and Sei. Love them both. Not for nothing. They're the homies. Apparently it sounds like Shadow the Hedgehog. Never would have known. And Sei, the ultimate watchmaker. Opera singer, watchmaker, love them both. Look, I could gush about this one for a long time. I could gush about, a couple of these for a long time. But we will continue onward. Danganronpa Lapse, we will be checking that one out, and I'm gonna try and hold myself to checking it out very soon. Jikoronpa, Laments of Isolation. Could not find the creator, unfortunately. One of the more, I was gonna say, I've never heard of this one. One of the more obscure Fangans on the list. You guys are gonna have to deal with this because I really don't know where this came from, this Slinky. But man, it's satisfying. Originally having started out as an Insta-Rompa. If I remember correctly, it got turned into a game. I assume the creator is working on adding voicing to the game, voice acting rather, with the prologue getting updated with voice acting back in March. Oh! I really have never heard of this one. This game also lacks ultimate talents, instead opting to have truths. Something that relates to who each person is and what they must face. Totally didn't take this straight from the game, no. There's also poetry involved, wait a minute. I love this concept, though. I love this concept. First we have Iki Chihara, an investigator for an organization. Iki uses he, they pronouns locked in. We love them, we love them. A cat. Oh, we're not, that was to the next one. Also, still love the design, low-key. Love the hair. Love the hair, love the outfit, too. Big fan. So look, this is also just like a perfect list for me to say, alright, let's jump back in this, because this I feel like is gonna reignite that spark that's not been dead in my soul, but has been too busy to ignite in my soul. And it's still pretty funny, but once again, if I can create a plan for myself to hit once every month, I think we can get that. I think we can get back into this. And then a cat who likes scaring people, the Dash official. I'm gonna be real, you know. I feel like you've told me everything I need to know about this character. It's Colette, a storyteller. Storyteller is kind of neat. I do see the Dash official with the eye patch, but is that eye glowing? What could possibly go wrong? There's your links. That's another one. This is another one that I've never heard of. And I thought about like going through this list and I was like, all right, let me get 100% prepared for this. But I was like, maybe I want my raw reaction to some of these characters, and some of these mangas. Like this one, I think sounds so interesting. Poetry involved too. I love this. Like this one, I feel like might be up there on like, yeah, I gotta check this out. I gotta check this out ASAP. If I can find the creator, I'll give it a shot. But we do have some links for them, so you know, pretty dope. Let me see. Danganronpa Live or Die by Aru and Raven. Not much to say about this, except it's one of the fully completed Fangans, and it's the first part of a trilogy. It also has one of the funniest lines in all the Fanganronpas, in my opinion. Interesting. We have Fu, who doesn't remember anything about herself, making her the ultimate classic. Who knows? Classic. And we can't have an ultimate question mark without an ultimate lucky student. Ignore V3. It's Yukito Ishida. Alright, so we got a little luck. And we got a little who knows. Part of a trilogy. That's ambitious. But also seeing like a fully completed one is a rarity. That is the truth. Interesting. Part of a trilogy. Huh. like, part of me is like, that's kind of mind-blowing, which is crazy. That being said, Danganronpa Eternal Endings by Stephen W. 313. I was gonna say the creator of Rocky Restarts, which I really enjoyed, came to an end, and I knew that this one existed, but once again, I just have not had the time. Oh man, but I love the character designs on this one, and I like the, I already know the premise of this one, and this is another one that's been, like, on my radar to one of these days, I'm gonna go check it out, because I really enjoyed, kind of the humor and the idea of Rocky Restarts, and Steven's just an incredible, like, creator, not for nothing. 17 Ultimates that have all met unfortunate ends and found themselves stuck in a strange purgatory-like realm, and to escape, people must die again. There's more to it, but there's technically spoilers. That's kind of pretty much what I knew about it. Is there anything else that I know about this one? I'm not going to try and think about it because eventually I will hop onto this one, and I'm just going to try and stay blind to it. That being said, we have the ultimate choreographer, Janish, uses any pronouns, and we love that, the ultimate lazy, no, not the ultimate lazy technology nerd, we have Tahiri, I believe that's correct, Tahiri, the ultimate statistician, we love that. Also the diversity in this game. I've seen like all of the character sprites, cause I've been on the page, the itch.io page for, this Fangan. Big fan of the diversity in this one. That being said, Danganronpa Checkmate as we move on. I think I've seen this one too. Yeah, I think I have seen this one. This one by Rimu, who might appear later, and Bazileaf, the creator of Dedication, awesome. And the last one for the playable Fangan section, we have a one-shot that's been made for a writing challenge. I was pretty sure, yeah, because the ultimate Shogi Grandmaster, Yamazaki, I remember. The first on this pro tag list is, we just read, Yamazaki. Incredible design, love that. And then I hate to reference it with this guy, but let's go gambling! It is Yoshinagi, the ultimate gambler. I didn't know there was an ultimate gambler though. Once again, I don't know much about this one, but I'm certain that I've heard of it because I remembered this and I remembered seeing Checkmate. I remembered Yamazaki. That being said, there's all our list, and then we move on to video series, and I'll tell you what. These are some of the ones that I've kept up with a little bit more because I can watch them in the background. We have Danganronpa TheAfter, likely one of the first or the first video Fangan to be made. Unfortunately, there's not much I can say about the Fangan since I haven't seen it, except that it's still ongoing. Oh man. I do know a fair chunk about TheAfter. I know I'm subscribed, and I have fallen a little bit behind on it, but I've enjoyed what I've seen. And once again, it might be one of those things that's just on in the background for me. I might have it on in the background while I render this video, not for nothing. This is gonna be like a 30 to 40 minute intro. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. Give the Fangans their love. Anywho, Ultimate Maid. She wasn't the last one either. Marin Momori. Although compared to Kurumi and the one that preceded, both, she works at Maid Cafe, which is kind of dope. And Seiha. I do know Seiha. Anywho, the joke with him is that he gets confused for a girl, or he sounds, or how he looks, because of how he sounds and how he looks. Fair enough. We love Seiha. But those are our links. Once again, go and check them out. Check them all out. We got Danganronpa Rebirth. Yes. This one, unfortunately, canceled, right? Fangan started out as just an April Fool's prank that not only got a few videos from the creator, also a fan series, yes, that unfortunately got canceled. I was like, I feel like I know all of the plot for this. I think they revealed the plot on their Discord. I think I remember reading it there. Anywho, I love this one a lot. For this game, we have two people with a musical theme, not intentional since it was a wheel who picked them. Yeah, XSP picked, I believe, all of these, if not most of them, if not all of them, rather, with a wheel to pick which 2 characters. We have Maiko, the ultimate dancer, and Keigo, the ultimate DJ. It's been a minute since I've really thought about this Fangan, not for nothing. Rebirth. And here's the thing, I remember these characters so vividly. I really do. Like, seeing these 2, if you put these 2 characters up, I would be like, is that Rebirth? It would have come back to me, and I would have had, because I'm kind of having like the synapses in my brain go boom, bow, boom, bow, pow, pow already. Anywho, we'll continue. Danganronpa F Shattered Hope. Another video Fangan, only up to chapter 1. Yeah. Shattered Hope, what am I talking about? I was like, Shattered Hope, I know this one. And now I'm like, I'm caught back up in my brain. It's been a while since the last episode dropped, but they're still hard at work. So far, it's only up to chapter 1 investigation. It's been a while, yeah. I think then in that case, yeah, I am caught up with this one. Actually. Since I haven't been able to find sprites of the characters, I'll just drop off the profiles. We got Cancel, the ultimate diviner, and we got Grisp, my boy. I love my boy Grisp. We love Grisp. The ultimate survivalist. I actually like most of the characters, if not all the characters in this Fangan. Very well produced. It is a work of art in itself. But we will continue onwards. I think one of these VAs had a really big role, actually. I'm not gonna say too much more about that, but you know, we love to see it. We love to see our Fangan VAs get their due. We love our Fangan VAs 1,000,000%. Anywho, we got Brave Danganronpa Coward's Paradise by Gitaroo. Another one that hasn't had an episode in a few years, but the creator does frequently post updates on the community tab. The sprites have been updated in the process. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about, because like, I think there were like some sprite updates for Lapse too, and like when Fangans go through that that extra work to kind of like if they're taking a stopping point to redo some of the old stuff, maybe update things, because I'm sure there's like things for any project, there's things that if you're working on it as a long-term project, that things you might not have been happy with, you want to improve, either go back and improve or make sure it's better as the series goes on. That's just creativity or a creative project in general, you know what I mean? And as someone who is, I guess, playing or displaying that for you guys, I want to make sure to get like their full vision, which is kind of why I'm redoing all of Lapse since there is a complete edition. And if there's been like any big updates to any of the other ones that we've done in the past, I'll probably do that for the same if we come back to them. That being said, we got, and I need to pay attention because we were 30 minutes in. I'm so sorry. I'll geek over these Fangans for an hour, not for nothing. Coward's Paradise, Brave Danganronpa. We got Daigo and we got Stella. I'm not sure if oh no, I've experienced this one before, never mind. The Ultimate Hooligan and the Ultimate Actress. It's been a long time, admittedly, since I've experienced this, but it's been a hot minute, but I do remember Coward's Paradise. Oh my gosh. And some of these voice actors, these VAs, voice actors and actresses, and VAs, I guess in general, is a good way to just accompany all aspects of gender. I'm like seeing these names on some of these things, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know you, like Artemis, I remember that name. Man, you love to see it. Anywho, Danganronpa Heartless Deceit. Heartless Deceit. One of the Fangans I actually experienced just for this. The killing game actually takes place at a Ultimate Talent Awards ceremony instead of a school. The story consists of the main killing game storyline and a side story. For the reps, we actually have 2 twin siblings. The older twin, who can't seem to remember, not the only Fangan who's got twins. In fact, I think I can actually name, what, maybe 2 Fangans so far with sets of twins. 3? 3, I think we can name 3, including this one actually, so you know, yeah, 3. There's what? Another 2, there's, Well, now it's gonna bother me. We have this one, we have another 2, what else has twins? Oh, yeah. Eternal Endings has twins. Conjoined twins. Dope character. Anywho. What do we got? We have Shion, the ultimate criminologist, and Tomoya Morita, the ultimate therapist. The twins. I can see the resemblance. You'll love to see it. Everybody throw it up for the twins. We love our twins out here. Despair Time! I do know Despair Time. Despair Time, woo, still not okay after the last chapter. It's been 9 months since it finished. I am not done, unfortunately. I don't think I've seen the last 2 chapters. That might be something I actually sit down and finish, since it is finished, you know what I mean? The ultimate effects artist who hates actors and spotlight, Jay Moreno, and the ultimate carefree matchmaker, Whit Young. You'll have to see it. Cannot find the DT sprites in the Google Drive to the creator's wishes seen on the sprites page. Putting the icons on Imgur alone was stretching it. Okay, fair enough. Cannot share the DT sprites. Okay, I understand. Yep. Completely understand. Gotta keep up with the wishes of the creator, not for nothing. But you'll love to see them regardless. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this one actually, because I really enjoyed Despair Time. Yeah, I gotta finish that one. We've almost never go through the whole 30-minute loop of that song. I don't think we ever have actually. Anywho, let's try and finish this. We got Tetro, Danganronpa Pink, never heard of this one. One that popularized the audio drama format of Fanganronpas. Currently, Tetro's on its 2nd killing game, Blue. But it's only on the prologue right now. Maybe by the time this gets uploaded, it'll probably be on chapter 1, which is kind of nice. Also, Tangent, I'm currently listening to the creator's playthrough of H2O, which I found out recently has been taken off of Itch.io and the Fangan Wiki. Let me see. They got stuck on the first trial and had to pull out a playthrough, and it was mine! Oh my gosh, that's so crazy! H2O certainly has its history. That being said, hey, that's kind of funny. So the Tetro creator at least knows of you now. I feel like I gotta check this out. We're not gonna do this during the intro. Or am I lying to you?
That's all true.
Ooh, okay. Should I shout this fellow out?
Yeah. Everyone go watch this better playthrough from someone who knows what they're doing.
Oh my gosh, that's me. Oh no, hold on. Better playthrough? This was no. My playthrough was ages ago, man. It was ages ago, dude. I wasn't peak at that. I wasn't peak AV yet. Y'all it was like a fun setup over here. We love to see that. Man, oh man, I'm glad my playthrough could have did some good. Awesome, man. That kind of brings me some real joy. I said we weren't gonna do this during an intro. I lied. I'm also leave a little subscription. We love that. Anywho, let's hop back in here real quick. Toss us back. Anywho, once again, I'm gonna check this one out. It's so funny that the wheel picked these two because they can't stand each other, Lamau. It is, Hitomi, which, I'll be real, I've been playing Somnium Files, and I have just been, look, there's a joke that I'm like, hit on me. There's a long history with that joke, but I digress. It's Hitomi, the student council president, who tries her hardest to keep the group together, and I assume this person does some infuriating things. Doesn't get infuriating at times. Hilarious. And Nakamigawa, the ultimate fashion designer, who's the source of the group's, most of the group's drama. He's an ass. And currently my favorite character. I mean, you know, what it is. I feel so wrong writing their first names first. But thank you, XSP. Thank you very much. I didn't tell him to, not for nothing. Once again, you see how much, like, thought and care he put into this, so, you know, give XSP his due. That's why I'm specifically going through all of this, because I was like, let me give my mans his due, too. We love our XSP. We hate him usually, but we love him. And we love to hate him. Anywho, we have Danganronpa Desperate Heart, Olivia Westmoreland, another video series that has finished. I don't think I've heard of this one. And has a sequel, which by the time The Hunger Games airs, the finale of it should be out. Wow, admittedly it's not my cup of tea. But it has its fans. I'm still gonna check it out, man. Originally I used a wheel. I wasn't happy with the ones it picked, so I changed them myself. Lamel. The fired up ultimate Volcano. Get out of here. Don't say fired up. And then volcanologist. I know it's volcanologist, but I think it might be a volcanologist. I don't think it's just volcanologist. I think it is probably pronounced volcanologist. Anywho, Ares. You could say his design is pretty lit. Get XSP out of here. And then we have Fizz the ultimate puppet. Wait, the puppet is the... Okay. I mean, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty dope. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Danganronpa Hourglass by Crow, and ending off the video series, technically we have Danganronpa Hourglass, known as DRHG. Are we twinning? This is originally an instant Rampa that made the switch to YouTube. It's only up to the prologue right now, unless you're counting the beta version, then it's up to chapter 1, but it looks promising. We have... somebody with an interesting talent, the ultimate nobody. It is Iko Hara. She, they pronouns. Excellent. Very cool. Of course, they had to include an ultimate pilot at some point. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We are twitted out here. It is Mitsuo Sakamoto. He's the ultimate pilot. He is trans mask. Very dope. Love to see it. Love the design. I love the hair on this one, too. I like a little two-tone hair, and you guys know I love this, around this hair color. This kind of teal cyan area hair color, and you know my favorite characters all got this. This, I'm sorry, this, like, character does look very familiar, though, so maybe, and, like, the name Crow sounds familiar? Huh. Maybe I've seen something from this one. Maybe I've seen a little something. That being said, oh my gosh. I have heard of this one. Let's head on to the instant Rampas. It is Penguin Rampa by Tofu Damaru, which is hilarious, by the way. It is Penguin Rampa, one of the most popular ones. Even got an IGN article, which is awesome. If Club Penguin characters in a Danganronpa killing game. It's been on hold for some time now, but I feel like I need to include it due to its popularity. It can be read on Instagram or watched through YouTube. The Penguin, who can trick you with any disguise, is Dot, the ultimate disguise gal. Yo, Club Penguin takes me back. And the minion of Herbert P. Bear, it's Klutzy. Yo, this takes me back, dude. Yeah, I was an agent back in my day on Club Penguin. Back in my day, you feel me? Danganronpa Deception Examination. I think I have. Yeah, I think I have seen this one, actually. By Space Bombs, Instant Rampa, one of the most unique designs I've seen in a Fangan. Chapter 5 started back in June, but it's on hiatus, only for a couple of weeks, though. Frankie, I've seen this one. I have seen this one. The mad scientist, Frankie Einstein, uses she, they, it pronouns. I'm pretty sure they're non-binary. And the ultimate, yeah, Kuma, the ultimate mascot. I think this is the one that I have seen. Who doesn't look familiar to anyone at all. Uses they, he, and is gender fluid. Wild. Wild, this thing. I've definitely seen this thing. It doesn't live on in my nightmares, but you know, it's almost there. And then we have, oh, these are some familiar characters. Another Chance, Dangan Defiance. I've heard of this one. I've not actually read through this one, but I know it's got its popularity. Anywho, and the final one is Instant Rampa. We actually have two Fangans. Oh, this is two. I think I've only heard of Another Chance, and I don't think I've heard of Dangan Defiance. Last time there was Dangan Redemption Rampa, rather, and I didn't want to use it again, so I choose two popular instant Rampas similar to it. Another Chance, having the dead students been giving Another Chance. I have heard of this one, that I have not read through, but has kind of been like, I want to read through this at some point. While Dangan Defiance has a few survivors as well as its cast as well. In its cast as well, rather. DRHG is supposed to resume soon, may have already resumed by the time you're doing this, while DD has been on hiatus for a few years, though it has announced that it's going to be returning, so fingers crossed. I'll have to, like, get eyes on... I'm gonna follow all these projects probably right after this, low-key. these two are not only in both, but they happen to be the protagonists. So the protagonist, it is Hyoko. Crazy Yoko, she's known on our channel. The ultimate traditional dancer and a member of the squad, my boy, Kokichioma. I'm actually so glad that Hyoko, because I feel like she might really need another chance the most. Because y'all, what really happened to her? And then there's Kokichi, and then there's an other here. So here we are. Danganronpa 69. There's more goddamn hope. It wasn't the first crossover Fangan, but it was the one who made them popular. It's definitely a shitpost premise, taken semi-seriously. Like, alongside these two, there's pardon me, there's Sans, rather, there's Nagito, there's even Mr. Krabs, but we gotta pick Miku. Teto also was in the cast. Hopefully this one doesn't get experimented on by Dottore. Hey, if that doesn't make any sense to you, we have our AWE lore here. And saving the best one for last, we have the king, the legend, Peter Griffin, the ultimate father. Well, okay, yeah, that sounds like a shitpost to me, actually. Just so you know, everyone in the cast is made to choose their own ultimates thanks to Nagito. Okay, fair enough. Never mind, now it makes sense. That is the cast. Once again, all the links are in the description, as well as I think at the top we're gonna put this, in case you want to just go down and be like, oh my gosh, look at all this, who would have thunk? Oh, whoops. I'm probably going to go back and watch this. Guys, it's literally not that bad, which is kind of funny. But you know what? We'll love to see it. I'm gonna check this out. I probably actually will watch. Maybe I'll watch. I'll probably watch that because, you know. I feel like I gotta. Anywho. Let's start. Pick first, second, and third in the comments. Go check out your Fangans. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit. It's official. The first Friday of every month, outside of any sort of situations that may occur, will be Fangan Friday. Every Friday at probably noon, because we have a Friday upload already, will be Fangan Friday, and it definitely will start with Danganronpa Lapse, because I'm almost done with that one, and I was thinking about releasing it at some point, anywho, once I finish, but I'm gonna spend August finishing that thing, and every Friday, not every Friday, my bad, every first Friday, we're going back to our, well, I guess the Hunger Games are still kind of our roots, but back to when times were simpler, back to Fangans. Fangan Fridays. It's official. So get excited. I'm excited for it. You know, I've been like, look at all of this. Look at all these. Dude, I need to start this episode, actually. Make your picks first, second, and third. I'm just gonna get ready. In fact, usually we do some sort of gag. I could have used the Slinky for a gag, but given that I've spent 40 minutes on the start of this episode, I feel the need to just resimulate 5 times. And it's for the spiciest of all RNG, and it takes me back just like the Fangans take me back. So, without further ado, not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4 times, but for the spiciest of all RNG, for all the Fangans here, for all the Fangans that I will inevitably check out, it's time. Oh, you know what? Y'all, I might just listen to Fangans, some of these video, or either video Fangans or like the audio Fangans. I might listen to them at work. 5 times. Let's do this. That's actually so... I might do that tomorrow at work, dude. Because I'll just end up listening to the, like, podcast while I'm doing, I'm coding at work, so I mean, like, I might just pop on a Fangan. Wait, man. Synapses going crazy in my brain. Let's proceed. It's the start of this thing. It's a long time to go, short time to get there, and entering, it is the bloodbath. It is the horn bearers. Sound them horns. I think I'll also put this edition of the Hunger Games in the description as well. Maybe. Yeah, we'll do that. Anywho, that's all she wrote. Let's get it started. I'm excited. Once again, check out all your Fangans. As the tributes sound on their podiums, the horns, they already did their thing. They already sounded. Fun fact, a group of alligators is called a congregation. Hiroaki isn't XSP said this was his favorite from this Fangan, didn't he? It's hilarious that he's out first. Haha, that's funny. Maiko finds a huge rocket launcher. Forte ignores the game and goes looking for food. Tomoya grabs a shovel. Kokichi, Peter, and Yamazaki assist each other in getting the best of weapons. Daigo, I can read, I promise. Takes a handful of throwing knives. Kuma runs away from the cornucopia. Jay runs away from the cornucopia as well. Aries runs away from the cornucopia. Everyone, we got a lot of runners today. Colette lies to Dot about swapping bodies with Mari to mess with them. They're promptly killed to prevent a body swap win. Oh my gosh. Yukari stabs Zeke with a fencing saber in hopes of a gold medal. Sasaki finds a... Is this Sasaki? Oh, that's the last name. That's right. I was gonna say, I thought this was Hitomi. Because, like, I'm already trying to internalize most of these names. Anywho, why would the Archons leave that here in the first place? What kind of vision do you think Sasaki would have? For those who know Sasaki. Seiha gets down on one knee and proposes to Iko. Iko laughs at Seiha, continuing to do so as she leaves him there. Goodness gracious, Kego finds a teleporter, teleports to the Despair Dimension. This sparks who would build a teleporter to that dimension in the first place. Grisp comes to the arena on a rare mount, making, you know what? If anyone was gonna do it, it would be my boy Grisp. Making Maru and Sei jealous. I don't think Sei would really get jealous, not for nothing, but Yukito kills Oniji with a hatchet. Rest in peace to our tailor. Fu and Wit immediately become friends. Janish grabs a jar of fishing bait, while Kletsi grabs the fishing gear. Kokoro gets a backpack full of camping equipment. Cassie runs away from the cornucopia. Ulysses and Frankie agree to kill each other last. A stray bolt of lightning causes Shinji and Alora to switch bodies. Oh no. We just did this to try and prevent a body swap win. What have we done? Stella runs away from the cornucopia. Wait, does that mean Alora's now on Team Extreme? Anywho, Stella runs away from the cornucopia. Tadaharu and Rion fight Tsurugi and Hideayo. Tsurugi and Hideayo survive. Oh my. Iki and Shion fall in love at first sight, despite the circumstances. Yoshinaga runs away from the cornucopia. Satsuki won. Oh, right, because there's two Satskis. Satsuki finds a vision as well. What kind of vision would Satsuki have? Well, I think I could have actual input on Satsuki. I could see a Dendro, or I could see, like, a Hydro. I feel like for a clown, it'd be funny for like a Hydro, like, haha, you got squirted. Anywho. Miku shoots a poison dart into Fizzy's neck, slowly killing her. No, not Fizzy! Not the puppet, dude! Satsuki K. Oh, it's not Satsuki 1, it's Satsuki last name I. Anywho, gets a kitchen knife and stabs Shozo. Rest in peace to Shozo. Mitsuo takes a loaded shotgun. Fires it at Cancel. Cancel sees the pellets, approaching in slow motion and dodges them all. Yeah, that sounds about right. Cancel's pretty cool. Hyoko runs away from the cornucopia, and Tahiri runs away from the cornucopia. I'm sorry, doesn't run away. Argues with Monokuma as well as I try not to lose my voice as we're only at day one. Jeez Louise. Tahiri uses their special attack on Yukito, the Mega Destruction Ball of Darkness and Destruction. It did nothing. It didn't do a thing. You gotta put some knuckles on that. You got it next time. Hideayo sees the end of the horizon. Hatsune Miku? Nah, Miku's Miku's probably a little bit lower below. Yanisha, asked for Griff's axolotl. Griff is confused. Oh my gosh. Jay, Klutzy, and Alora band together to fend off a pack of starving wolves. Ulysses receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Kego receives medical supplies from a secret admirer. Peter performs a fatal ultra combo on Maru. Maru no. Fu confides in Diago. Or Daigo. It's Daigo. I can read. Performs the Nori tradition of making Tsurugi close 5 minutes after they meet. It started when an alien device did. Well, you know what? Yeah, we'll go the whole 9 yards this time. It started when an alien device did what it did. It stuck itself upon her wrist with secrets that it hid. Now she's got superpowers, she's no ordinary kid. She's Yamazaki 10. It's a little bit of a mouthful, it's a little bit longer than Ben. But we made it work anyway. Iki wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore. They all are. Maiko forces Satsuki to kill Kokichi or Ares. She decides to kill Ares. No, not our volcano boy. Mari eats corn the long way. It's Iko's birthday. It's almost my birthday too, Iko rather. I didn't know you were August homie. Happy birthday to you. You're in Hunger Games. I hope you don't get murdered. Happy birthday to you. Satsuki and Cassie awkwardly kiss under the mistletoe. Seiha stabs Hiyoko while her back is turned. Cancel beats Frankie with a steel chair. Frankie still survives though. Mitsuo and Shinji have a scrum debate with Kuma, Miku, and Sasaki over who is the bigger threat, Tokiko or Dottore. Well, considering one of you is Miku, I feel like Dottore is probably your answer. Forte asks Kokoro, do you think I'm some sort of clown? Kokoro shrugs and says, maybe. Tomoya is still alive! Yeah! Big Yoshinaga stabs Shion with a sword, revives him with their wish ring, repeats the process until the wish ring burns their hand. Shion runs off alive. Stella, baby! You know what? That feels about right, actually. Yukari exclaims, not the Naegis for no reason in particular, and wait. You lived? Okay. Hiroaki joins the Mistletoe Warriors, a group that's waging war against Mistletoe during any other month besides December. Unless there's an event. Oh, well, okay, well. Alright then. I guess it's a little arena event, so, what do we play at Hank's restaurant? That's a good question. Here, Hank's restaurant plays this song, I suppose. The tributes are all forced to work in the new arena's restaurant, Hank's. Let them cook. Estella, baby! Cause a 5-star meal. Maiko slips on a carrot and falls backwards into an industrial deep fryer. Ulysses and Jay eat all the ingredients before they have a chance to cook. Yamazaki cooks by the book and makes a pretty cake. If the way is hazy. Iko burns a salad she was trying to make. How? How'd she do that? A salad? How'd you? Iko! Daigo cooks by the book and makes a pretty cake. You gotta do the cooking by the cook. Cooking by the book, rather. You know you can't be lazy. Kokichi and Tomoya duel it out with butcher's knives. Tomoya fatally stabs Kokichi, and Kokichi's out of here. Our canon Danganronpa characters are gone. Mari and Hiroaki duel out with butcher's knives. Hiroaki stabs Mari, rest in peace to our maid. Klutzy has no idea how to cook and just puts a bunch of ingredients together. It's amazing. Hank puts it on the menu. You know what? That feels about right for Klutzy. Shinji has no idea how to cook and just mixes a bunch of ingredients together. This creates toxic gas, killing him, as well as Hwit, Keigo, Fu, and Sasaki. I'm gonna be real. I don't think that variant of this has come up often. Who would have thunk? Yoshinaga accidentally locked himself in the freezer and perished. Potentially. Yukari cooks a 5-star meal. Satsuki slips on a carrot, falls backwards into the industrial deep fryer. Iki has no idea how to cook, mixes a bunch of ingredients together. It's incredible. Hank puts it on the menu. Kokoro has no idea to cook, mixes everything together. Everyone's just saying, hey, let's just put this in there and that in there and this and that and this and that, and then incredible. Grisp also slips on a carrot. No, Grisp, not the deep fryer, boy, no! Who would have thunk? Cassidy and Yukito cook by the book. You know you can't be lazy. They make a pretty cake. Alora burned the salad that she was trying to make. How? Forte cooks by the book. Makes a pretty cake. Tsurugi also burns a salad. So does Seiha. Kuma cooks by the book. Cancel cooks by the book. Mitsuo attempts to finish his creme brulee. Unfortunately, the torch is set to the highest setting and scorches the dish and Miku. Oh no! Shion and Sei duel out with butcher's knives. Sei fatally stabs Shion. Satsuki and Tahiri eat the ingredients they have before even having a chance to cook. Peter and Janice rather, duel it out with butcher's knives in the kitchen. Janice fatally stabs Peter. Might be for the best. Hideo accidentally locks himself in the freezer. Rest in peace to Peter. And Frankie slips on a carrot and also falls backwards in the industrial deep fryer. Rest in peace. We lost so many people. 27. A lot of that was from the event there. Big ol' yikes. Big thankies from McSpankies and big thanks for Hank. But we are hitting the Claire de Lune 4. Colette. Dot. Zeke. Oniji. Tadaharu. Rion. Fizzy. Shozo. Maru. Aries. Hiyoko. Maiko. Kokichi. Mari. Shinji. Wit. Keigo. Fu. Sasaki. Yoshinaga. Satsuki. I'm sorry, Satsuki. Grisp. Miku. Shion. Peter. Okay. That's pretty good. Hideo and Frankie. Alright. Peter caught me off guard. That's pretty good. We'll see everybody's statuses. How many people are left, man? Oh man, that really caught me off guard. We got 25. It's over a standard size game. Usually goes to about 5 to 7 days. That at this current rate, I'm not sure about that, but we must proceed. We gotta find out who wins this one. A couple Fangans are completely out already. Half of Team Extreme, Danganronpa Another still in. Half of Blowback, all of Eden's Garden still remains. Antebellum Lockdown still has Alora. Lapse rather, still completely in. Jikoronpa still has Iki. Live Die has Yukito. Eternal Endings has the double in, the powerhouse gang. They're not, I don't know anything about them. They might not be powerhouses. But they have been cooking this game. Let me see. CHECKMATE still got one. TheAfter still has one. In Yamazaki and Seiha. Shattered Hope still has Cancel. Coward's Paradise still completely in. With Stella, baby. Heartless Deceit still has Tomoya. Despair Time has Jay. Pink still has Hiroaki. Hourglass still has both of their competitors, good for them. Fanganronpa still has Klutzy, and Deception Examination still has My Nightmare. So we will continue and see how this plays out as Sei discusses with Jay if that big stone is a boulder or a rock. Satsuki accuses Avi of not being the real Avi. If I weren't the real Avi, could I do this? I didn't think so. Iki and Daigo start kicking Kokoro for unknown reasons. Tahiri finishes her nighttime coffee before dismembering Iki and Daigo. Tahiri doesn't like bullies. Heard. Thank you for protecting Team Extreme, baby. Team Extreme! Yukito finds a big red button, decides to leave it be. Klutzy and Forte hold hands. Claws? Might be painful for Forte, but you know what? He'll do it for the arts. Yukari slices at Tomoya's eyes. Tomoya is now blind for the rest of this game. Seiha, Kuma, and Ulysses have a scrum debate with Cancel, Cassidy, and Hiroaki. They don't just argue, they simply agree that Gentleman Thomas... Now hold on a second. This is blasphemy. This must be XSP's doing. And he will not get away with it. You know what look, we were having a fantastic time. We were celebrating these Fangans, and then all of a sudden, XSP just had to rear his ugly head. He was like, oh my gosh, this one says Gentleman Thomas sucks. Oh, what if I change it to rules? I bet you it won't ever show up. Well, let me tell you something, XSP. Like Joe Hendry, when you say his name, this event appeared, and I will have my vengeance. I don't know how, and I don't know when, but you will suffer. Just you wait. But for right now, we gotta continue. Gentleman Thomas does not rule. I'm gonna have to educate all of these Fangan characters. Look, Iko and Alora tell each other their greatest fears in order to grow each other's trust. Stella does a quick prayer to Atul before going to sleep. Janisha's unknown sponsor is Avi. Do I sense some bias here? You might. Yamazaki signs a petition to change American football to Yeetball, and Tsurugi ambushes Mitsuo and kills him. Mitsuo, no! Love the hair color, Ulysses! Finds a mysterious gauntlet upon snappings, turns Tahiri, Klutzy, Jay, Cancel, Yukari, Seiha, and Yukito into dust. Hey, he knew the history. He's well learned, you guys. He's got the knowledge. Hiroaki drives at Maki Donald's, wants an ice cream. Unfortunately, the ice cream machine is working. How lucky. Satsuki's allergies are so bad, sees the arena all the way back to April. Tsurugi punches Kuma off of a cliff, screaming "Punch Club forever" to the heavens. So long, Kuma. My nightmares will not contain you tonight. Saves their secret technique, running away. Iko is ready for the fight before Christmas. You got a little ways to go. Yamazaki teaches Alora some fighting moves. Little does Alora know that Yamazaki's teaching her wrong as a joke. Alora then uses these moves to kill Yamazaki. Apparently there's some truth to every joke. Forte fires a water gun, fills it up with holy water, fires at Estella, getting her wet. Kokoro. The phone rings, no caller ID. And when she picks it up, it's just Janice on the other line insulting her, and Tomoya decides to do Cassidy's free time events. Tomoya thinks that he's gotten closer to Cassidy today. Who would have thunk? But we will proceed again? Y'all, okay, so look. It's so rare to have back-to-back arena events, but here we are again. And this is fitting because AV Mania is this August 30th. And Cassidy and Tsurugi are in a battle. Cassidy has Tsurugi in a sleeper hold. This isn't even a submission match. Cassidy doesn't let go until Tsurugi draws the final breath. Rest in peace to Tsurugi as Ulysses dives the arena ropes. Red, white, and blue. Stella viciously slams Iko. Wham! Satsuki, wham bam, and Janice, wham, through separate tables, leaving them all motionless. Hiroaki and Alora are walking the ring ropes like tight ropes. Kokoro bounces off the ropes. Team Extreme caused them to fall, breaking their necks. Tomoya sets up chairs for the audience. Forte dives the ring ropes red, white, and blue. And Sei sets up chairs for the audience. We had 25, we lost 18. We're within your final 10, and it is time for, I suppose now, the final Claire de Luna the episode for, goodness gracious, we speed ran apparently. Iki, Daigo, Mitsuo, Tahiri, Klutzy rather, Jay, Cancel, Yukari, Seiha, Yukito, Kuma, Yamazaki, Tsurugi, Iko, Satsuki, Janice, Hiroaki, Alora. Well then, shall we see everybody's statuses? We have what? Just a few left? goodness gracious. What is it, 7? We lost 18, right? Yo, there's 7 left, right? I'm not tripping, right? Yeah, I can do quick math. There's 7 left. 2 full teams are still in, Eden's Garden and Danganronpa Lapse, which is crazy in a game that just lost so many people back to back to back like that. I already have to ask you guys to make your saving grace picks. Within your final 10, I let you guys make some new picks for first, second, and third. I'll go through the competitors right now. From Super Danganronpa Another 2, from the US Aviators Team Extreme, baby, it is Kokoro. So Kokoro, big W for Kokoro, at least for right now. Eden's Garden has Cassidy and Ulysses. Ulysses with 7 KOs to the man's name, found a gauntlet, and then wrote the findings in his book. Documented first-hand account, keeping that history, you better believe it, and Cassidy just here to game. Danganronpa Lapse. Forte and Sei are both in here. Sei is watching, I guess watching, quote-unquote. I suppose, not the kind of watching she's used to. And we still have Forte, who's looking to come out on top of this performance. As we go on, we have Coward's Paradise. It's Stella, baby! Yo, it feels like a lot of people who've had like a moment this episode are capitalizing right now. Stella's still in this thing, Stella, baby. And from Heartless Deceit, we have Tomoya, who has had the most even keel game, which means I'm pretty sure Tomoya's gonna win this thing. That's why I'm not gonna pick Tomoya at all, and that's gonna prove that my jinx is even stronger. I can't not pick my Team Extreme friendo in Kokoro. As we scroll down, I feel like I gotta pick Stella Bebe. After Stella Bebe, she's just been doing her thing, just surviving. And I'll pick Cassidy. As much as I want to pick 2 from Danganronpa Lapse, I don't want to jinx them either, but I also like Cassidy. Cassidy's got a dope hat. Y'all know how I feel about hats, We love hats down in these parts, Even though I'm not a big hats wearer, I am a big goggles wearer, so maybe I'm just an accessories guy. Well, some of these competitors are about to be accessories to murder, because it's your final 7. And within that, Kokoro, Cassidy, Ulysses, Forte, Sei, Stella, and Tomoya. You heard it, Pilot, my turtle over there. That's the water that you were hearing. All stand tall with their hearts racing, beating in sync. The blood pumping through their body with the same pulse, determination, and perhaps even the same fate as that of a samurai woman. It is your final 7, and I've been closely paying attention to my camera because it was on the fritz a little bit, but it seems it's been fine all of today. We proceed. Oh, I thought it was over for a second. Stella, Cassidy, and Tomoya enter a scrum debate with Kokoro, Sei, and Forte argue over what will happen next: knives becoming a threat or stopping a threat. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Ulysses uses all of his monocoins to buy out Avi's wares and despairs for the day. Nobody perishes, but we are only on day 3, and Tomoya, good on you. Sei embraces the power of positivity. Ulysses uses a spell to suck the intelligence of Forte, which shockingly works, leaving Forte literally dumbfounded. Cassidy asks for Kokoro's axolotl. Kokoro just happily shows Cassidy an axolotl in a bucket. And Stella Bebe gets drenched in honey. Sticky. Nobody died. We had a nice little... I was like, unless there's a 3rd arena event, which is unheard of. We've never had 3 in a row. We've had 2 in a row very rarely. But 3... we've never had it. That being said, Kokoro attempts to sneak into the back rooms of Yoko's, but gets seen by Ulysses, an employee of the store. Cassidy submits an application to join the squad. Nobody stops her. Stella falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Stella, baby. Sei buys a deed to a house. Now she can have parties every week, baby. And Tomoya kills Forte while he is asleep. Forte's gone, Stella's gone, and that brings us to our final 5 as we go to day 4. As Kokoro isn't surprised that Cassidy's made it this far. Cassidy, I'm sure, a fan favorite right now, as Ulysses uses righteous anger and yeets Tomoya into oblivion and Sei is not funny, has never been funny, never will be funny. I guess I don't find Sei funny. I feel like Sei is someone we just gotta protect, you know what I'm saying? Unless there's another arena event. Ha 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 ha. Okay, thank goodness. I was laughing, but it certainly could have happened, and I would have screamed. It's a terrible turnabout for our fallen 3 tributes. Stella, Forte, Tomoya. And now, we are down to your final 4, half of them from Project Eden's Garden, who have been going crazy this game. Kokoro, who's a part of Team Extreme, and Sei, from Danganronpa Lapse, who will win this Fanganronpa Hungry Games, as named by XSP. Well, there's only one way to find out, but within our final 5, we're in our final 4, and Kokoro, Cassidy, Ulysses, and Sei are all caught in what we like to call a crisis of fate. It is your final 4, Kokoro from Super Danganronpa Another 2, Sei from Danganronpa Lapse, and Cassidy and Ulysses from Project Eden's Garden. Let's find out how this all plays out at the bottom of the screen. Back to the top, as Ulysses dyes his hair blue, Sei begs for Kokoro to kill her. She reluctantly obliges, killing Sei. No! It is looking so good for Project Eden's Garden. And Kokoro, I'm sorry, not Kokoro, Kokoro's up there. Kotoko introduces Cassidy to her long-lost twin, Kotoka. There's a world where Eden's Garden could just dominate today. Not yet. Ulysses doesn't want to live on this planet anymore, and Cassidy's phone rings. There's no caller ID when she picks it up. It's just Kokoro on the other line insulting her. We proceed, and unless there's an arena event, there isn't. It is a single terrible turnabout for Sei. Got any grapes? Rest in peace to Sei, had a strong showing. Danganronpa Lapse had a strong showing. But that brings us down to 3. Will we see Project Eden's Garden sweep? Or will somehow, some way, Kokoro survive the onslaught? It is your final 3, and it's still a crisis. A crisis of fate. There could be a tie. That world also exists. But we're not at your final 2 yet. Will those final 2 both be from Eden's Garden? Will it include Kokoro? Will it all end when I click proceed? It doesn't. In fact, they're gathering around the campfire and singing that campfire song. That CMPFIRESONG song. And as I proceed, it comes down to just 2, and I was wrong. Because Cassidy falls into a frozen lake and she drowns. Kokoro wants AV to give Waffles a chance, which, wait a minute, might be, is that a death event? If you didn't know, me and Waffles, we don't agree. And Ulysses finds Shuichi's hat and puts it on. It's not a death event, which means we're at your final 2, and in 3rd place. Fare thee well. Gamers, hit your GGs. 4. Cassidy. Rest in peace, Big Cass. We'll see everybody's statuses. It is your final 2. Is Team Extreme gonna survive the onslaught? This is technically a preseason episode, so Ulysses and Kokoro will get a once-in-a-lifetime shot at the Danganronpa Hunger Games Champion of Champions title at the start of Season 18, but for right now, it's a battle between these 2. And I'll have to ask you who. Will it be Kokoro? Ulysses? Ulysses is writing a first-hand account Will that first-hand account serve as a guide for how to dominate in your first appearance in the Danganronpa Hunger Games? It's gonna take a lot because standing right in his way is 1/2, or I suppose 1/3 if we're including me, of Team Extreme Kokoro, Ulysses. Both, neither, because there is a chance for an in-game event where both competitors could win or they both could flop and everyone here could perish. In the comments, let me know who you're rooting for, who you're pulling for, because when I click proceed, it all ends. Call it right here, right now, Kokoro, Ulysses, Super Danganronpa Another 2, Project Eden's Garden, 1-on-1, both or neither. Let's find out together. Because between the two, I'm sorry, the switch in music is about to happen. I have to just hold out for Kokoro, Ulysses, both, neither. It is Ulysses bludgeons Kokoro to death with, is that Justice Hammer 1? We haven't seen that thing in ages. And Team Extreme falls. And I was so excited to play that Team Extreme music, but I cannot doubt the first-hand account. The man with the quill and ink in his hand, jotting down his manuscript, his first-hand account. He is your winner. Representing a very dominant Project Eden's Garden today. Everyone's gonna want to check out that first-hand account because he has made history. He is writing down history. Check out his transcript. And you may win yourself as Ulysses. Takes the win. Goes to the premiere along with Kokoro from Team Extreme, and wins the Fanganronpa Hungry Games. And that's all she wrote. Ulysses, congratulations. Congratulations. Once again, I'm going to have to check out Eden's Garden. That's probably going to be something that probably will be what I do right after. Man, low-key, these are the first 3 that I'll probably be checking out for these Fangan Fridays. We gotta finish Relapse. We gotta catch up to Super Danganronpa Another 2. And we gotta start Eden's Garden. I don't know, I feel like the order we should go in probably will, because I started this, they'll get first billing. That being said, since Project Eden's Garden wins, you know, I probably will check them out next. And then we'll catch up to Super Danganronpa Another 2, and that might be the next couple of first Fridays. That being said, we got a long list of folks that I want to check out. Eternal Endings, 1,000,000%. Antebellum Lockdown. The audio / video ones, I'll be real, I'll probably catch up on and start in the next month. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. They will probably just be on in the background while I am coding at work. So, that is what it is. What a show. What a fun time. I really enjoyed this one. It is going to be long, though. Kokoro came in second. Team Extreme, Ulysses, is going to be there in the premiere, and so will Kokoro. Cassidy was so close. So far. 2 spots away from winning. Stay in 4th. Tomoya 5th. Forte in 6th. Stella Bebe in 7th. Alora 8th. Nagi Migawa, always almost tongue twist me. Janice, and that's your top 10 actually. And then I'll just go to the rest of the people, the rest of the people. The rest of everyone else. We got Satsuki in 11th. We had Iko, Tsurugi. We had Yamazaki, Kuma, Yukito, Seiha, Yukari, Cancel, Jay, Klutzy, my boy, Tahiri, Tahiri, Mitso, Daigo, Iki, Frankie and Stein. We love that. We have Hideayo. We had Peter Griffin in his death pose. We had Shion, Miku, Grisp, my boy Grisp. We had Satsuki Kana, Yoshinaga. We had Tomi, Sasaki. We had Fu, Keigo, Wit, Shinji, other half of Team Extreme, baby. Marin, Kokichi, Maiko, Hyoko, Aries, Maru, Shozo, Fizzy, rest in peace to the puppet, Rihanna, Tadaharu, Oniji, Zeke, Dot, and Colette. That was a fantastic game of 52, and that is ending off our Fangan special. Once again, hey, go check out some more Fangans right here, right now. They're all in the description and in this this document. Another big thank you to, well, we'll save our big thank yous in a second. Colette was the first one out in this one. Colette and Dot actually were the first two out, I believe, to mess with Mari. Luckily, Mari survived, but those two perished for trying to mess with people, and it all ended with Ulysses, who earlier had the Infinity Gauntlet, which is crazy, then bludgeoned Kokoro to death with Justice Hammer 1. Two incredible pulls of objects, Ulysses taking the big W today, Kokoro second place. They both gone to the premiere world. There's a chance. I think they'd be the first Fangan characters to hold the championship. That's one of the few things that's not happened in OC, and not OC. We've had OCs hold the main championship. I think a Fangan character holding the championship is one of the few things that hasn't happened in 18 seasons of the Hunger Games. So maybe it'll happen this 18th season. Once again, Eden's Garden took the W. Super Danganronpa Another 2 took second place. Lapse in third, and then you see the list all the way down. 26 teams. It was a fantastic time. Loved every single second of it. And once again, it's official. Fangan Fridays. Keep it in your mind. Put it in your schnoggin, man. Put it in your schnoggin. I'm coming back with these Fangans. I missed them. I missed them a lot. I really did. That being said, Ulysses had 9 KOs, which is crazy. Tsurugi had 4. Hideayo, Kokoro, Satsuki, Kana, Tahiri, Tomoya all had 2. Everyone else was 1 or none. A fun game, almost crunched my poor Slinky. We'll go back to the reaping, and that is our game. Fun times, fantastic times, loved every second of it. 2 back-to-back arena events. In fact, I feel like the intro's longer than the game today, which is kind of crazy, but we are gonna have like a 2-hour experience today, aren't we? Anywho, I've enjoyed this. I got a lot of Fangans to catch up on, and I'm going to use this document to catch up on some other ones. If there's other ones in here that you're like, oh my gosh, we missed this one, we 100% have to tell Avi about this, let me know. Let me know, because I'm about to be back on the Fangan train, because I missed them. I was always a big fan of what people make in the community, and hey, let's check it out. I'm ready for it. We're ready to get back into it. Once a month, because that's what I have time for. Oh man, until then, I'm taking off. Inferno, AW Inferno is tonight, so if you want to check out a live stream, it's down there. Or, if you don't, then go check out some of these Fangans. Or, do both. For real, until then, I'm taking off. Toodaloo Flight Crew, as always, and once again, thank you to XSP for setting this episode up. It was a blast to go through. It was a blast to go through the document. I've loved every second of this experience that we've been through, except for the part with Gentleman Thomas. I'm gonna get you for that. Goodbye.